This is the Fertile Mindset podcast, where we explore all the emotional aspects of fertility to support you on your path to parenthood. My name is Sarah Holland. I'm the Fertile Mindset coach and a mother to 2 children after my own fertility challenges. I hope you find all the support and inspiration you need within this podcast to carry you forward on your fertility journey towards your own successful outcome. It's also my wish that through listening to these episodes, you rediscover how to enjoy life now and live it to the full while you wait for your baby. Now, let's begin today's episode. Hello, and welcome back to the Fertile Mindset podcast. In today's episode, I want to speak to you from the heart. And I have something to say that I think you may need to hear right now. And I'm going to come out with what I want to say straight away, and then I'll talk more into it. But first, I want you to hear this. You are not a failure. It doesn't matter how long you've been trying for a baby, how many fertility treatments you've had, or how this information compares to other people's fertility journeys. You are not a failure. You are not and cannot fail at fertility. Nothing that is happening to you is because you haven't tried hard enough or you haven't done enough. None of this is your fault. And whilst this might sound obvious on the surface, I know that many people truly feel deep down that they are failing. You may feel this yourself, even though rationally and factually you have not failed or done anything wrong. You may feel a connection to a familiar feeling of failure, of not being good enough, not doing well enough. I say this because so many people have told me that this is their experience on their fertility journey. It's a familiar feeling, that feeling of failure, and it can have feelings of self-blame and shame attached to it. Maybe it's a feeling that you recognise from other times in your life, times when you've wanted to achieve something just like you want to become a mother now. It might have been when you were studying for exams at school or college, applying for jobs, or working towards a career advancement. All of these things required you to focus, to study hard, to learn, to grow, and then finally to prove yourself. Could you achieve what you had set your sights on? As you waited to find out, to reach that goal, you may have been aware of not only the pressure that you were applying to yourself, but the pressure from others too. Maybe family members or your peers were watching your progress and ultimately watching your success or watching your failure. How would it feel to fail in front of all those people? Will they judge me? Will they know I haven't worked hard enough and that it's all my fault? And if you did succeed, you passed your exams, graduated with your degree, bagged a great job or a great partner, bought your first home, whatever you have succeeded with in your life has then set you up to believe that if only you work hard enough, do enough, sacrifice enough, you will succeed. And whilst this can seem like a great motivator to make things happen and work hard to achieve your goals, if we are doing this with the fear of failure, the fear of being shamed as our driver, then it's always with the fear of what if? What if I don't succeed? It can be unbearable to think about. So you just work harder to make sure you absolutely do succeed. And maybe you've done this successfully for many areas of your life until your fertility journey. That's when the hard work, the research, the extra effort didn't automatically result in a success. And whilst we rationally know that a pregnancy cannot be studied and worked into existence, and that more subtle forces are at play, because we have conditioned ourselves to see any failure as a sign that we need to work harder, we may have just piled on more pressure to succeed. This can lead to huge overwhelm on your fertility journey when you get to a place of doing anything and everything to support your fertility. Feeling overworked and overcommitted is an unhealthy place to be for both your mind and body, and therefore for your fertility. But it can be hard to switch off that instinct to work harder and do more to try and make your fertility journey a success. Now, it may be enough to just have had the space to reflect on this and hear me say that whatever struggle you are facing on your fertility journey, it is not your fault and you are not failing here. But the beliefs you have around failure may run a lot deeper, especially if it's a long-held belief that has its roots in some of the very first times you worked hard to succeed as a child. It may be hard to shake off that feeling that you must be failing in some way on your fertility journey. If this is you, this is where I highly recommend using EFT. Now, if you don't know what EFT is or how to do it, then I'd love you to listen to episode number 20 of this podcast, where I both teach you what EFT is and guide you through using it. Listening to episode 20 makes it so easy to use EFT on any issue related to your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. And it's the latter we're talking about using EFT with here, the belief that you're failing and that you are a failure. And of course, we have emotions, thoughts, and feelings attached to that belief too, and you can bring those into your EFT tapping too, so you can fully recognize, acknowledge, and then release everything attached to this belief that you really don't need, and of course, letting go of what isn't true. That's what EFT does. It helps you to get very clear on which thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are true and needed, and which are in fact false and you would be better off without. Imagine how it would feel to be free of the sense of failure, to instead have a focus on what you have been doing and are continuing to do so to bring your baby to you. How you are doing your best and how deeply you want this, and how your journey in no way compares to anyone else's. Your thoughts would become less scattered and more focused as you bring attention back to what truly matters and let go of any worry or fear that's at best a distraction, but most likely adding to a dangerous level of overwhelm. So when you apply EFT, you may use words to describe the belief of being a failure and also the thoughts and emotions attached to this belief. You could use words such as, I feel shame around my fertility journey, thinking I must be doing something wrong and that I'm failing. If those words ring true for you, use them with your tapping, or better still, create your own tapping words to describe exactly how you feel and what you believe. Once you bring clarity to this belief, maybe recognize where it came from and how it's not relevant to you right now or ever really, then you'll be able to look at your life with new eyes. You'll let go of blame and shame and feel more kindness and compassion for yourself and the challenges you are facing. There's no denying that trying to conceive when you have fertility issues is hard. The uncertainty, the setbacks, the appearance of new obstacles in your way can make this one of the most challenging times in your life. When you're facing these challenges head on and doing the best you can to navigate through them, this is not the time to be feeling like you're failing. It's quite the opposite. I want you to focus on your strength, your tenacity, your resourcefulness and creativity, your ability to keep going even when times are hard, and holding on to your dream and belief that someday, somehow, you will be a mother. So I hope this short episode today has helped you recognize any sense of failure you've been feeling and finally be on your way to releasing it. Life will be so much easier without that negative and incorrect belief running the show. Now, if you are new to EFT or you want to explore how it can support you on your fertility journey, then as well as checking out episode 20 for a guided round of EFT tapping, I'd also love to invite you to step inside the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary. This is my fertility support membership that begins with a free level of access to an online class, Fertile Mindset Mastery, more fertility EFT resources, and a weekly email from me to keep you on track and supported in using EFT for your fertility. We also have a paid subscription level of membership where you receive lots of direct support from me and other members, and whilst the paid level is closed to new members right now, by joining the sanctuary at the free level, you'll be the first to know when we open again later this year. You can join the sanctuary now at fertilemindset.com/sanctuary. And of course, if you need support right now and would like to look at the option of one-to-one support with me, then you can find out about how this works on my website at fertilemindset.com, or feel free to send me an email through my website. I'd love to hear from you and would be happy to talk through the options with you and see how one-to-one support could make a big positive difference to you and your fertility. So that's it for today's episode, where we asked, am I failing at fertility? I hope you're on your way to getting clear on the answer now and feeling more empowered and strong with the knowledge that you are not failing and that you are amazing. I look forward to speaking to you again next week. I'm so pleased you're listening to the Fertile Mindset podcast, and now I would love to invite you to join us in the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary. The Sanctuary is my fertility support membership, which is focused on taking care of you and helping you enjoy your life while you wait for your baby. In the Sanctuary, I'll guide you through using an amazing technique called EFT or tapping, and you'll soon be feeling less stressed and more joyful. If you're not already in the Sanctuary, do come and join us today, because the best time to start receiving support on your fertility journey is always right now. Honestly, it makes such a difference to have good quality emotional support and techniques that you can pick up and use yourself whenever you need them. Go to fertilemindset.com/sanctuary to join us today. I look forward to hopefully seeing you there and at the next episode of the Fertile Mindset podcast.